Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Valentina Mascorro, and today I will be talking about Google Docs and what I've used in my class as I transitioned from in-class learning to distance learning. So in MESA, we do math tutorials, and the students work in groups, and they have to, usually on Mondays, they write down 2 questions right here, and then on Thursday, they work together in their teams and they show the work and then the steps, and then they have to write a reflection. This was the first online assignment that they did. Notice that she didn't have anything from her groups, so she just wrote her own questions and answered that. In this example, let me see. In this example, the students got together and she actually noticed all the work, and they're doing systems of equations, the reflection, and this is what they did in their groups. I modified a little bit already the distance and the form. Notice here, like they don't know how to put, all their names and all that, so I had to change it a little bit. So then this was our second week. I made here I put in a Google, a table, so that way it'll look easier. And then I just realized that there's no need to put their name, because on Google, once they turn in an assignment, it'll show their name. So anyways, this is the work. Notice once again, they don't know how to like delete the space and all that, and there's this big old space in here. The nice thing, look at this student actually created their own table. This is all the work that they did. I didn't do any of that, okay? This student is more savvy on their forms. She highlighted the answers so that we could see. Notice there's no space right here. They put in all the answers and all the work they highlighted. Beautiful work. This student, actually, they did it together, right? And their topic is equations with variables on both sides. She double spaced this, and notice that she copied and pasted what her partners worked on, and they explained it, so it looks beautiful. She knows a lot more of technology than the rest of us. This last student, again, neatly formatted everything. The questions they copied and pasted. I think the work is beautiful. Right there, I asked for 10 sentences, but they highlighted everything. So I'm just going to show you quickly how I went from my math tutorial in class. This is what I printed, and this is how the form looked like. And so I left space for them to write down everything. Then in last week, I modified it a little bit. Instead of, I wanted to eliminate the name right there, and so I wanted to put a table, so that way it'd be easier for them to write everything in there. But I noticed there were some spaces still right here, and it still looks ugly. So this is my final form, is all in the table. So they put their partner's name, because I don't need their name, topics, and they can type in here, and they can make it bigger and go like this, so it's a lot easier and it'll flow better with their work. So I'm going to show you how I went from just the leaving all the space to now distance learning. There's going to be space, but they'll adjust according to whatever they write. Okay, so let me show you how you start a Google form. So right here I started my LBUSD distance learning information, and you go to add, oops, not a Google form, a Google Doc. This is the Google Doc, so I add a new one, and I don't know, you can start with the title, and I'm just going to put center it. Student questionnaire, and then here, once again, oops, I misspelled it, so click left side questionnaire. Okay, you don't have to ask for their name because it'll come up once you put it in Google Classrooms. So right here, untitled, if this is the title that you want, you just go in here and click on it, and it'll appear right there. Okay, so I'm going to put number 1, how are you? How are you? And then it'll come up with number 2, what is your daily schedule at home? Schedule at home. What do you like the most? What do you like the most? And so if the students start typing in here, it might totally, mess them up and all that. So what I do is, instead of leaving the questions just like that, I enter a table. So insert, and then I put a table, and I'm just going to put 1 right there, and they can type it in there and it'll look nicer. So I don't need that number 2, so I delete, and then I delete again, and it'll move it up, and I'm just going to copy, control C, and then just paste it, so that way they can type in there. Oops, delete, and then then they can continue, and then they can type in here as much as they want, and it won't mess it up. It won't look ugly, weird, distorted, and all that. So this is the Google Doc. Now, how would you add it to the class once you have it done? Let me this is one of my classes that I have in here. Oh, did I include yesterday? I did a class, so I can actually put it on Google Classrooms. So Google Classrooms, this is my Google Classroom class. So I go to classwork, and then I go to create, and then I'm going to put assignment, and then I add right here. I'm going to go to Google Drive, and then the most recent ones will appear. So right here, this is the student questionnaire. So I add, and then I will just put title student questionnaire. Okay, please answer the student questionnaire in the attached form, and then click submit. Okay, and so once again, right here it says student can view the file, but what I'm going to do is if I put student can edit the file, everybody's going to edit it at the same time. So that's one thing that you do not want to do. And so then unless they are working in teams and you select only a certain amount of teams and they can all edit at the same time, then that would be great. But be careful again, because they're still learning this, and so they make lots of mistakes. And then the one that I use the most is make a copy for each student, and it'll make a copy. Do I have any students yet? I don't know, it's right there. So once again, the points, I can just make 10. Due date, I will make it due Monday. And the topics, I had math talks last time. So create a topic, student work or lessons. Student questions or student assignments, or just assignment. Assignment, okay, and then I click assign, and it'll be right there. And so now the students can answer the questions, and it'll be neatly. Oh, and I wanted to show you, so how do you score once it's done? Let me just show you one that I was scoring, the math tutorial form right here. So this is my math tutorial right here. So this tells me who has turned it in. So if I click in here, it'll take me to the math tutorial. And so I have a scoring rubric. So they get 2 points for each problem. So that's 2, 4, and then 2 points for the reflection. What is it, 6? And notice they're learning to submit pictures of their work. So that's 6, 8, 10, and 12. So this is 12, and then you put in here 12 points, and then I usually type in a comment, great job, and then I post the great job, and then I return. Okay, and then it will tell me the student will be notified that it was returned, and so it'll be returned. Now, if the student didn't do it, it'll show here missing. Now, the first part of this is, was to create the questions. She did create the questions. Thank you for your questions. And now please work with your team to do them. And so they are supposed to work with their teams. They do Duolingo, FaceTime, Snapchat, and all kinds of apps where they talk and they explain to each other and they work together to solve this math tutorials. It's amazing that they're doing all this from home. So anyways, thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know.